Just in transit.
So just going through.
Sì.
Just. Okay, so I think it would be interesting to get to know well, the capital of one of the main English-speaking countries better. Therefore, if you are okay with it, if you find it interesting, I'm gonna show you a text about what to see, what to visit in Washington, or at least what some of the hidden gems in Washington, D.C. are. Do you all understand the word hidden gem?
Sorry, I arrived now. What are you doing?
Yeah, I just started when you connected, when you joined the conversation. I was asking, have you ever been to Washington, D.C.?
Yes, I did.
Did you find it interesting? What did you
Yes.
visit?
Yes, I remember it is a very long time, but I remember in particular the Pentagon, that there were the marble from Italy, from Carrara, that was a present from Italy. I was very surprised for this, and I have this memory about.
So the
Yes.
buildings
Yes.
graved
It's an
with
imitation, no? It's an imitation of a Greek, of a Roman temples in general, no? Because they don't have history. They permit to have a long queue to see only the non very interesting things in general, because they don't have in effect anything, only the nature or something else. But they very able to attract people. In Italy, we have a very, very interesting places that we don't know also the name. In effect, it is typical for foreigners countries.
So in your opinion, that's not a lot to do and see in Washington, D.C.?
Oh,
But
not in Washington, in general.
in general in the US, but
yes, I like it because I went by bus 22 days, coast to coast.
I see.
Very nice, but in effect, when you come back, you think, in effect, we have many, many other things more interesting, no?
So
It is expensive also.
yeah, in your opinion, they don't have a long history?
Yes.
Well, a long story compared to the one in Europe. So
Yes.
history-wisely, they have less to see, but at the same time, they know how to promote the culture and the cultural aspects and cultural witnesses in the country. That's your point of view, right?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes,
Yeah,
I like to know the new places, but I prefer Egypt, Mexico, Thailand, China, Sri Lanka, Syria, Israel, Libya. There are many, many things for history.
Yeah, definitely one of the main aspects, one of the I don't know, maybe main attractive aspects of the US and North America in general is that the countries there, especially Canada and the US, are like a melting pot. do you all understand the word melting pot?
Melt is a mist.
No, wait.
Mischiare?
Nope.
There are different people from everywhere.
Exactly.
Ecco,
So,
visti.
melting pot. So, I guess that everybody know what's a pot.
No,
Do you understand the word pot?
no.
Pentola. Pentola.
Yeah, when you need to cook pasta, you pour water into the pot and then you put some fire under the pot and you cook it.
Mm.
So
I
that's
know
the pot.
pan.
Mhm.
Pan
Well,
is mhm.
Yeah, pan is the other recipient.
Or fry.
Yeah, that's the one you can use, let's say, for frying, exactly. Well, to melt, if you put some butter in a pan,
Mhm.
the butter is
Yes.
gonna melt.
Yes.
Do you understand it now?
Mhm.
Fondere. Fondere.
Yep. So fondue cheese, the Swiss cheese, the typical fondue, is an example of melting cheese, exactly, or melted cheese. Well, so this word melting pot, we saw the literal meaning, while the other meaning is when an environment, so it can be a country, a city, an area. If it's a melting pot, you'll find many people from many different environments, mainly from different countries or cultural backgrounds.
Mm.
Do you know what's a background?
Tradite
Yes.
retroterra, però
No, è quello che hai
caso è
dietro, come avi, come cultura.
In this case,
figurato.
is a context, like yeah.
Invece anche in italiano retroterra culturale.
Sì, diciamo diremmo contesto, no? Più che retroterra. Comunque letteralmente sarebbe retroterra, esatto. So, let's start talking about Washington DC.
Mhm.
And we're gonna find out that like many other places in the countries, in the US, we can also say in DC that it's a melting pot. It's a multicultural region or city. So let's keep on going. In a short while, you should be able to see my screen. Can you see it?
Yes.
Yeah, we can.
Okay, so let's start. Okay. So do you understand the word hidden gem?
Nascosti.
Perle
Gemme.
nascoste.
Nascoste. Attenzione.
Exactly. So what's a hidden gem in your opinion?
Delle cose particolari di prestigio, no? Le gemme.
Something, well, technically yes, but in this case, what can be a hidden gem related to a city?
Can be
dei
some
fiori,
particular places, not the typical places that the people go when enjoy their travel. Probably some hidden place, not so usual places, but are interesting probably because they're not so common.
Yeah.
Not
You
of
can say
the
of
radar,
the
okay?
other places or spots.
Yeah.
Do you know what's a spot?
Punto.
Yes, more or less.
Punto di interesse.
Location.
Yes, but the other meaning of spot is
Location, no.
yeah, that's one meaning, but the literal meaning, when you have a spot on your clothes, you usually wash it. You usually wash it
Yeah,
off.
sure.
A macchia.
Una macchia. Mm.
Exactly. Okay. Let's keep on reading then. Okay, so 92 hidden gems and attractions in Washington. Behind the scenes tours, quirky museums, secret bars, and other fascinating but little known things to see and do. So, okay, do you understand the meaning of behind the scenes?
E le scene, le vedute, no?
Dietro le scene. Not so
Not
common.
so common.
Not technically, but it's
È
quite different.
il tour tipo sightseeing, no?
Yeah, but it's a specific kind of tour. It's not a general sightseeing tour.
È appartato.
Not exactly.
Che serve?
Literally behind the scenes.
For
It's
theater.
like,
Dietro al palcoscenico.
exactly.
For
So, if you see the so-called in Italian retroscena, what can it be in your opinion?
Che ci sono delle cose nascoste, come dicevano, no? What that you normally don't think that you find.
You can see in depth, for example, places usually they are not accessible to everybody.
Delle chicche, chiamiamo, no?
Kind of, but not exactly that. So if you go to places you can't usually visit,
Yes.
or people don't usually visit in depth, such as, let's say, about the US, you can say the UN quarters in New York, or also, let me think, NASA Museum, well, not museum, but the visitor center in the broad region of Washington, so near the city of Washington. Then what else? Like, yeah, there are many places, in the US that usually not a lot of people can or think, consider about visiting, but that you can really visit. So we're gonna understand, we're gonna explore the meaning of behind the scenes too. Okay. What about something quirky? Something quirky. What's that in your opinion?
I don't know. Non è
Anybody?
velocemente, un'altra
Something
cosa.
strange.
Yeah, something unusual, something
Unusual.
strange, something
Particular.
particular. Yeah. It's similar. It's like unique, but it's not really unique, because a unique place, it's something you can visit once in a lifetime. And that's unique.
Only one.
Yeah.
Okay.
While something really rare to visit, Okay. While something quirky, it's something unusual, something strange, maybe even weird. Maybe also curious, but not necessarily unique, you know? Just interesting, curious, unusual, strange. Okay, so let's keep on reading. Okay. Anybody willing to read, interested in reading, in speaking up? Qualcuno che voglia leggere?
Vado io. I can
Okay,
try.
yes, please.
Okay. So, be a tourist in your own city, but leave the obvious stuff to the tourists. Here are 92 of the beaten path things you may not know about, including behind-the-scenes tours, quickly museums, secret bars, little-known parks, and things hidden in plain sight. Where admission prices are given, they are for adults unless otherwise noted. There may be reduced fees for seniors, students, military, or children. This section was written by Rick Snyder,
Yeah, it's
Andrea.
okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Etc. Okay.
Why, in your opinion, what's the reason why in this article you have be a tourist in your own city? What's the target of this article, of this?
The target is obviously that for people that live in Washington D.C. city.
Yeah, exactly. So the article is targeting the locals interested in getting to know their own city better. So,
exactly.
Getting to know the city better. Did you know this verb? To get to know something or somebody better?
Like force to know?
Not
force.
Force to know, but find a way to know something.
Okay. Not force
In Italian you can say avere modo di, or
okay.
trovare un modo di. It's like finding a way to know.
Finding a way,
something.
okay, not non-imperative.
No, it's not a must. It's a desire you can achieve.
Okay.
Okay, so as we can see, the name of the website is The Washingtonian. So somebody from Washington. And so probably the places we are going to read about in this article, they are not your everyday must-visit places in Washington. Okay, you can keep reading if you will to.
Okay. The tour behind the tour. Three well-known attractions that offer not so well-known insider tours. Okay.
What's an insider tour?
I think is something like that. The people that live in Washington doesn't usually go in this place. The insider are the people that are in part of something.
Yeah. The opposite of insider, it's an outsider. Exactly. Okay. So, was there any other word you didn't know? So, can you understand off the beaten path?
Sentiero
what's a path?
frequentato.
Mm,
Sentiero.
Battuto, no?
yeah, so
Mm.
path is like a
Path è
trail.
sentiero.
It's a place where you can walk or hike. In Italian, sentiero, exactly. Beaten, can you understand this word?
Is the participle past of beat,
To
battere,
beat,
picchiare.
exactly.
Yes.
So it's like giving pain to somebody. This can be to beat somebody.
Yes.
But of course, if you talk about a path, it's
a
like
path.
the
Battuto.
walk.
Yes, yes, like in Italian. Sentiero battuto.
Exactly.
Percorso battuto più che sentiero.
Exactly.
Ok, città.
So extraordinary things. Well, maybe not necessarily unique things, but they can be unique things. Something you wouldn't see, in everyday life, or something you wouldn't see, many times, or maybe you didn't visit many times before. So we have the Washington National Cathedral. Do you want to keep on reading?
Ok.
Okay.
You have to scale lots of stairs and heights on the cathedral's behind the scenes tour, which goes beyond that visitors typically see, namely the main floor and crypts. But the reward is view and grotesque. Flying buttresses, stained glass windows, and other features too high to see clearly from the ground.
Yeah.
Okay.
So just a moment, please. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna read it again. Okay. This way you're gonna hear to another pronunciation. Okay. So Washington National Cathedral. You have to scale lots of stairs and heights on the cathedral's behind the scenes tour, which goes beyond what visitors typically see, namely the main floor and crypt. But the reward is views of grotesque flying buttresses, stained glass windows, and other features, too high to see clearly from the ground. Okay, so
Understood.
is there anything you don't understand here?
What does it mean, buttresses? Buttresses.
Okay, so
forse.
I can't remember the Italian for it. Just give me a second.
Le farfalle, no?
No, that's butterfly.
Due T.
Yeah. Yeah. I couldn't remember. It's like contraforte. It's like a specific part of a religious building. Okay. Or a rampante. It's mainly typical of Gothic architecture. Okay. Let's keep on reading. Okay. Anything else you don't know?
No. Okay.
Okay. Stained. Do you understand this word?
Sono le finestre, come si chiama? Come si dice in italiano? O le cose vetrate.
Le vetrate colorate.
Mi viene il nome.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Sì, le vetrate, you can see in Italian, yeah. If I'm not mistaken, stained glass literally is vetro soffiato, but I'm gonna check.
Piombo mi sembra.
It's,
No,
it's just, yeah, it's just vetrate. or
Pretty
painted glass. Yeah. Okay, so do you want to keep on reading?
No other one. I can go.
Anybody else?
I can
Any other
proceed.
volunteer?
Mm.
Oh.
I can if you want. No,
Yes, please. Yeah.
but since I was put aside, I was shut down. So I don't know where you are now.
Can you see the
are-
text?
To where there is the right to.
Yeah, yeah, the first line you can see here.
Yeah, an intimate. Second,
Yeah,
fourth theater. An intimate Sunday evening tour allows visitors to walk across the stage and exit through the back into Baptist Alley, just as John Wilkes Booth did after assassinating Abraham Lincoln. You can also see inside the president's box from a doorway that's normally closed. It's a rare view from inside the theater, which still looks almost exactly as it did that fateful night. 511 10th Street.
Yeah, it's that.
Okay.
Okay. Is there anything you don't know?
Yes, there was something. Faithful, come si dice faithful? Decisiva, sì, fatale, ecco.
Yeah.
Fatale.
Yeah.
Allora devo tradurre? No.
No, if everything is clear, if you can't understand everything,
Yes.
if nobody has any doubts, I think we can keep on reading. Well, you can keep on reading.
Okay.
Yes, please.
So third, Capitol Dome, the almost 300-step climb to the top of the Capitol Dome is not an easy feat or an easy ticket. Why is it written like that?
I'm not sure. I was trying to understand it. It's not
Ticket. Maybe it means something.
I'm not sure, but I think it's a mistake.
Okay.
They probably were supposed to put it at the end of the sentence. But,
yeah, sure.
Yeah.
A member of the House or Senate must accompany visitors. Those willing to navigate the at times narrow and uneven stairs are rewarded with a rare and breathtaking view. First sent. What is this? First sent. Okay. Free contact the office of your senator or representative to arrange a tour. Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna read it again. This time, try to focus on the words you don't know and try to think about what could be the meaning of those words. Okay.
Okay.
So, Capitol Dome, the almost 300-step climb to the top of the US Capitol Dome is not an easy feat or an easy ticket. A member of the House or Senate must be accompany visitors. must accompany visitors, sorry. Was willing to navigate the at times narrow or and uneven stairs are rewarded with a rare and breathtaking view. Okay. So, do you know the meaning? Anybody of you? Capital?
È la cupola
Sì.
del Campidoglio.
Campidoglio, esatto.
So, dome, you all understand this word.
Yes.
And
Cupola.
capital,
Campidoglio.
it's, yeah, that's building originally from the Romans, from the ancient Rome age, exactly. Okay. Do you all know the word step?
Yes, come si chiama?
Gradini.
Ecco.
Exactly. Okay. To wheel.
Dov'è?
Was willing to navigate. What's the meaning of the verb to
Willing?
will?
Volere, quelli che vogliono.
Yeah, so to want, to desire.
Essere
something, yeah.
disposti.
Yeah. Narrow.
Stretto.
Uneven.
Mi sembra spaiati.
Not exactly.
Irregolare.
The meaning is similar. Yeah, exactly. But when something is uneven, it's not even. So not all the steps have the same height.
Yeah.
Okay, so to be rewarded with something.
Ricompensati.
Okay. Breathtaking.
Fantastica, no?
Yeah, but the literal meaning.
Che toglie il fiato.
Yes. Mozzafiato.
Mozzafiato.
Exactly. Okay.
Ale, can you repeat the meaning of capital?
Dove?
So the capital is a building.
Sì.
Okay. So capital is a building originally from the Roman age, from the ancient Rome period.
Okay.
So usually it was an ancient kind of building, but nowadays you still find it in some countries. For example, in Rome you find the Capitol. In Washington you find a Capitol. Do you know the Italian word for it?
No.
Campidoglio.
Exactly. And
Campidoglio.
a dome, for example, many cathedrals have a dome. St. Peter's Basilica in Rome has a dome. Brescia cathedrals, they both have a dome each.
Una cupola.
Exactly. Okay. Do you what's the meaning of tiny?
Piccoli.
Really small.
No.
Yeah.
Minuscoli.
Exactly. Minuscoli, it's the literal translation, yeah. Compelling.
Obbligati.
No, that's compulsory.
Competitivi?
Nope.
No.
Compulsory, it's obligatory, while compelling, extremely interesting. Okay. Do you know what's the Hall of Fame?
sì, aspetta, come si dice?
Fama.
Yeah, fame.
Un salone? No.
Known, it's been a celebrity. Hall of Fame. If you're part of the Hall of Fame, it means that you're extremely famous. You've done something to be famous. So, National Inventors Hall of Fame Museum. It's like saying museum of the most important national inventors. Okay. Anybody willing to read?
I read here.
Yeah.
Allora, did you know that the actress Hedy Lamarr helped invent a communications technique similar to Wi-Fi? This museum showcases the work of inventors who brought us such advances as antibiotics, audio computer screens for the blind, and that first antenna yellow line seen on the football broadcast.
Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna read it again. Did you
Io?
know that,
No.
Did you know that actress Hedy
No.
Lamarr helped invent a communications technique similar to Wi-Fi? This
No.
museum showcases the work of inventors who brought us such advances in antibiotics, audio computer screens for the blind, and that first and 10 yellow line seen on football broadcasts. Okay, so is there any word you don't know here?
No.
Everything easy to understand.
Yes, only probably the last part when they talked about the first and 10 yellow line, because we are not used to know how the football match are played. Probably I suppose it's like something a virtual line to know exactly where the people, the player are, like the moviola in Italia, I suppose, something like this.
Well, it's not like the moviola, and it's not virtual. There's a line on the American football pitches, on the football fields.
Yeah.
And if you pass through that lines, it means that you're going to score a point.
Okay. It's like on the tennis where the fields end.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
Like a sensor.
And do you know what's a broadcast?
Broadcast is a transmission, for example, for TV or satellite transmission. Broadcast is literally is a presentation wide. It's the broadcast is like a TV.
Yeah, a TV broadcast, or just a broadcast, it's like a TV program.
Yeah.
So in Italian, we can say trasmissione.
Trasmissione, yeah.
And yeah, and the TV channels, especially in the US and North America in general, they are called broadcasting networks.
Yes, because they are transmitted by cable, not like in Italian.
Yeah, but it would be reti televisive. Yeah.
By the way, I know that Hedy Lamar was an Austrian.
Was she?
She was Austrian.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I read a very interesting book.
Well, nice to know. Well,
she had a particular story in Austria because she was married with a Nazi officer and she escaped from there
interesting.
through England and then America. And by the way, since she was listening her husband talking about bombs, I mean, all the tools for doing the war, she took note of many. She was listening and taking note of what it was said, and she invented such a technique that revolutioned maybe the initial of the WhatsApp or things like that. The beginning of that.
Interesting. Okay. So, anybody who wants to read this part, this segment of the text?
Okay, can try.
Yes, please.
Clara Barton's Missing Soldiers Office Museum. Better known for later founding the American Red Cross, Clara Barton spent 4 years helping families find 22,000 missing Union soldiers after the Civil War. A 1996 building demolition was stopped when a final walkthrough revealed her office and residence behind a sealed wall. The museum, now filled with replica furniture, offers docent tours on the half hour.
Okay, so I'm gonna read it again.
Yeah.
Better known for later founding the American Red Cross, Clara Barton spent 4 years helping families find 22,000 missing Union soldiers after the Civil War. A 1996 building demolition was stopped when a final walkthrough revealed her office and residence behind a sealed wall. The museum, now filled with replica furniture, offers docent tours on the half hour. Okay. Is there anything you don't know in this text, in this part?
What are exactly docent tours?
Well, I'm gonna check it. It should be something helping you to know something, to get to how can I say that? To enrich your culture.
No.
Something enriching, sorry, your culture.
Okay.
Let me check. Just a moment. Okay.
Some assonance with docente in Italian, but
That's not it in this case. Yeah, okay. I see.
guida volontaria, okay.
Yeah. I thought it was a different meaning. Okay. But that's also like a voluntary guide.
So
Yeah, I didn't know that.
okay.
Nice to know that. Good to know.
Never stop learning.
Yeah, that's always, something new to learn. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is clear.
So,
Okay.
Lockkeeper's house. Oh, well, was there anything else you didn't know?
No, suppose it's clear.
Furniture, I just, what's the meaning? Replica, it's like in
Mobile.
Italian. Exactly.
Mobilio.
It's pretty much the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think okay. It should be easily understandable. Let's keep on reading. Okay. Do you understand the meaning of a lock keeper?
Chi tiene?
Portinaio,
Do you
no.
know? Do you know what's a lock?
Lock
Serratura?
is
Serratura.
Yes, exactly.
Serratura.
So the lock keeper is the person in charge
Guardiano.
of
Sorvegliante.
yeah.
Guardiano della
The
casa.
guardian, yeah. So anybody who's willing to read this segment?
Grazianelli, it's your turn.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
Ritorno io.
Sì, Grazianelli,
The
it's your
most
turn.
oldest structure has reopened after more than 40 years as a storage shed. From 1835 to 1855, it was a toll plaza for C&O, canal, barges, and the photos on the walls show the stark life of the toll collectors who resided there, included the one who lived there with his life and its 13 kids. 8,
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna read it again.
Yes.
So okay, thank you. The most oldest structure has reopened after more than 40 years as a storage shed. From 1835 to 1855, it was a toll plaza for C&O canal barges, and photos on the walls show the stark life of the toll collectors who resided there, including one who lived there with his wife and 13 kids. Okay, so do you know what's the mall?
Yes, it's a big store.
Yes, but not every time. It's not the only meaning. Not in this case.
Specie di centro commerciale, no?
Well, it can be a shopping mall, or it can just be a complex. An area with many different buildings. The National Mall in Washington is where the main buildings are.
Recover.
So, do you know what's a storage?
Tipo ripostiglio.
Kind of. Close enough. Magazzino.
Sì.
And
Magazzino di conserve.
what's a shed?
No.
Rifugio?
Yes and no.
Capannone.
Capanno, yes. Okay, so what's a toll?
Free of charge. No. I know toll as a free of charge.
Well, if that's a toll, It's not free of
Pedaggio.
charge. It's a fee, you know.
Centro
Pedaggio.
boh, come si chiama?
È un pedaggio.
Pedaggio.
commerciale.
Yeah, they say toll free, yeah.
Mm.
No, toll free.
No, fee.
Free quando non è
Yeah, but
gratuito.
toll and fee,
Fee e invece pedaggio.
Biglietto.
they have the same meaning.
For
The
lawyer.
same meaning.
If you need to pay a toll, it means you
Ah.
got to pay a toll. While toll free, it's just free.
Okay.
Okay. Start.
Start climb.
Not that. Hello.
It's like hard,
Rough.
unpleasant. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I think that's basically it. Well, I'm gonna read this segment, then I'll leave you the last minutes of the lesson. If you have any doubt or anything you would like to ask me. Okay, let's finish this part, this segment. Smokey Bear's office. Come for an animatronic Smokey, stay for the Forest Service history, or just stay for more of the baritone voiced fire prevention bear, who, with his feet on a desk, welcomes visitor with only you can prevent forest fires. Fun fact, the real Smokies lived at the National Zoo. Okay. So we're gonna explore the meaning of this segment. We're gonna understand the meaning of this part next time. Is there anything else you'd like to ask?
But this bear is alive. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not now, hopefully.
He looks like.
Yeah, exactly. It's standing there, but it's not alive. Okay. Anything else? I don't know. Did you find this text interesting?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. Everything is interesting.
Nice.
But
So
today I don't know what I had with the connection up and down.
I see. You have some issues with the connection.
Yeah.
No problem. I can hear you right. That's not, I mean, there's definitely problem with the connection, if you say so, but I can't tell. So it's all right. It's not a problem for me as long as I can hear you. That's all right.
But now I had the come si dice? I don't know.
No worries. If you can't remember it, it's okay.